All right, guys, I'm filming this one with my phone. I'm gonna walk around this thing because you can see better with this phone. The camera's much better. See how straight that line is? And you see how I bend it around the corners here? I mean, that was a sharp bend, but that'll be fine. What's important is, get my finger up there, that edge right there be sharp. This one inside, where I got my thumbnail on there right now, is not that important. That's sealed up. But see how straight that is? And then remember me, you couldn't tell it from the other camera angle with the GoPro that there's a lip in there, and that's what made that tricky. But if you see, as you can see, everything is all crisp. And now we're going to spray the red on here. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not. The reason why I taped it up like this is because there's a lot less white than there's going to be red. So it's a whole lot easier to tape up a little bit, okay? A little bit here, a little bit here, than it would be to tape all that up. Does that make sense? If this was reversed, you know what I mean? If there was more white, then I would have done the opposite of this. But that's how I always do it on two-tone vehicle. Some of you have seen the S10. That's why the students painted the white first and then taped up the white. You want to tape up the smallest area. It's just more efficient. So now I'm going to go see if I can find some nice red to go on here. All right. This is red base coat. This happens to be waterborne base coat. I just found something looked like it looked nice on here. I've already checked this pattern on the paint gun. I'm trying to keep this video short. One key component to this is I'm going to put light coats on here because even though this is vinyl tape, it can easily get behind any loose edges. So I'm going to keep it as low as possible. The only reason I tape the windows and all up is to reduce the turbulence blowing around inside of there. All right, now we're going to put the second coat on there. Okay, let it flash off. This is going to be the third coat. This color's not covering very well. It'll probably take 4 or 5 coats. I think one more coat's going to get it. Okay, I went and ate lunch, and this thing's good and dry now. I'm gonna try and untape it right here because we got good lighting, and I got that phone's camera is good. So if there's any mistakes, you're gonna see them, but we can fix anything that might be wrong. And you're getting ready to see the great reveal. Now, I haven't pulled off the fine line underneath yet. Whoa, got to, oh, this thing's gonna look good. Now that's just where I filled in the outline. Okay, so now here's the let me get somewhere where I can get a hold of it. There we go. See, as I pull this off, hopefully you guys can see that. See, that's why we use fine line. See how nice and crisp that line is? I'll bring that camera up to it here in a minute so you can really get a good look at it. Oh, this thing's gonna look good. And wait till I get to, because this is just base coat. Wait until I shoot the clear on there, which I'm gonna do in just a few minutes. Let me get out of your way. All right, look at that. Start back here. Whoops. Now, remember how I mentioned how shiny that white base coat is? See how flat this stuff is? Flat meaning not shiny at all. That's how most base looks. Like I said, I don't know what the deal is with that white stuff, but it worked. All right, this is oh yeah. I think you get the point. I'm going to shut this camera off and take this thing off and set it out there. It's going to be easier. I don't want to mess anything up. I'll film as much as I can. All right, I'm going to touch up. I got into it a little bit with my fingernail, a little bit too much right in there. I'm going to touch that up a little bit. And then we're going to spray some clear on it. It's looking pretty neat though, isn't it? Oh, hold on. I got this camera zoomed in here. Let's there we go. It's gonna look neat. I am going to, if you remember, I said that the white tops on these were never as shiny because they were fiberglass and they were textured. So I think I'm gonna leave, I don't think I'm gonna clear that. I think I'm gonna leave that covered up. Everything else is gonna be super shiny. You're gonna see shortly just how shiny this is gonna be. But I'm gonna fix those little chips right there as best I can. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I touched up that little spot there. It's not 100%, but it's pretty good. Now this thing's really getting ready to transform. See what the red, how it's flat, no shine at all? Well, that's getting ready to change. Well, folks, I'd say it turned out pretty good. Once all that trim's put on it, it's gonna look great. All right, guys, I got that thing all wrapped up. It looks great, I think. That was the first one I've done. I ran into a little situation. You only got to see me shoot one coat of clear on there. I ran into a little situation, and that was before our break, our holiday break. So you didn't get to see me shoot the other coat on there, but when that thing's all put back together, it's going to look really sharp. I've got a few more of these to do, and they're going to be slightly done in a slightly different style, and I got to do actually a little bit of body work to them, so I think you'll enjoy that. And basically, I just hope this inspires you to go out there and do something. Go get you a regular car model, go down to Hobby Lobby or somewhere, and paint them. You can do all the stuff I just did with a regular rattle can of spray paint. You don't have to have all this fancy equipment, but just you use your imagination. Get yourself a couple rolls of tape. You could probably paint one of these things for paint included, probably $20, $30. So just, have fun, guys. Hope you enjoyed this.